UPRN, United Public Radio Network, coming to you live on 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM from the beautiful city of New Orleans. UPRNTalkRadio.com. Yes, indeedy. Good evening and welcome to Spirit Quest with your host, Paul Francis. Of course, I'm Paul Francis. And already, before even I get into the studio, Julie Sharp and Marie Taylor, they're already in the house. Julie says, good evening, Paul. I hope you and your beautiful family are all doing well. Yes, we are. Thank you, Jules, for asking. I really appreciate that. Hope exactly the same with you. Marie Taylor, welcome to the show. Good to see you. All you guys watching me on Facebook tonight, come off Facebook. Come off Facebook. Come off Facebook. Go into YouTube. Go out of Facebook into YouTube and come and join us on there because it is far better. It is far more stable. And part way through watching it on Facebook, it just gets cut off. So if you're watching me on Facebook, welcome. Yes, absolutely welcome. But come out of Facebook into YouTube. Far, far better. Mary Erickson's just joined us. Trudy Hall is tongue. Your tongue. Tongue. I am afraid to even ask. Marie, no. Good evening, Pauline Hook. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Tia, welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. Welcome to this show. And you know, I'm sure Roger and Faye will join us in a wee while. Kelly Durant just joined us. Kelly, welcome to the show. Good to see you. So, Marie, you asked me this last Thursday and the Thursday previous, and I said to you, I don't do reads on a Thursday night, yet you still ask me again. Okay, I don't do reads on Thursday nights, Monday nights only. Lynn's joined us. Welcome to the show, Lynn. Good to see you. Now, as I've got this lovely person here who's, as you can see, I can't see who this. I would love to say hi, but unfortunately, I don't know who you are, so I'm sorry. Welcome to the show, nonetheless. But come out of Facebook and go on to YouTube. All right, out of Facebook, go on to YouTube, and it'll be far more stable, and you can talk directly a lot quicker as well. By the way. So it's Thursday night, so that means it's Spirit Quest, which means the journey of life, and it's all about. It's not about what I bring to the table tonight. It's about what you bring to the table. It's about what you want to talk about. Q&A. Bonbons. I came on over. Hi, Paul. Hi, Bonbons. Make sure Bonbons. Type in your real name so I can see who you are. But make sure you subscribe to the show on YouTube. Subscribe to the show. Click the little bell icon so every time we release a show, you'll be notified in advance. So make sure you do that. Hola, says Roger. Just waiting for the link. Faye is with her daughter. Oh, so she's had enough of you, Roger? Had enough. I can understand that. Only joking. Now, I've got to find you first. So what I got to do is I got to see where you are and send you a message so that you can come and join us. Now there's a lot happening in the world at the moment, and not a big pile of it is actually positive, which I'm very, very sorry to say. Okay, sorry, I might sound like I'm disillusioned here, but I'm actually just uh, I'm sending Roger the link. Bonnie, welcome, Bonnie. Bonnie, make sure you subscribe to the show. Just click everybody. It's on a YouTube there. Make sure you click that like button, hit that like button. That is what keeps everything working for us. Okay, if you don't hit the like button, we get pushed further and further down in the YouTube stakes, and in which case it'll probably be overcome and lost. So as much as I'm going to be here doing reads for you guys, as much as I'm here to answer questions and give you help, we need your help. So make sure that you like the show. It's really important. And make sure you share the show and make sure you get all of your friends and families to watch said show. And that is the only ways and the only means that we can actually stay here. Roger has joined us. I'm going to add him in. There we go. Da 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 da. Good
But
evening, young sir.
the reason that Faye is not here, her daughter is dealing with MS,
Oh, bless her.
so she had to go be with her for she's
That
going
makes.
through something right now.
Oh, hey, buddy. I completely understand. I know that we're. I know where you are. You know, dealing with Johanna on a daily basis. So, sending your daughter, your stepdaughter, loads and loads of strength, loads and loads of healing, and lots of love. That's what it's all about, buddy.
Thank you.
And of course, Faye is she's an amazing person, so she'll help out there. She'll make that happen.
Yeah.
She's a natural healer, that lady, you know. Did you know that?
A natural what? I knew
Healer.
she was a natural something.
Oh, you do understand this is being recorded, right? So Trudy says, "Hello, Roger." Actually, she doesn't. She
Hello,
speaks in a
Trudy.
very Cornish accent. Hello, Roger.
Hi,
Right, Roger?
Kelly.
She'll go, right, Roger's on. She'll say, "This is what you got to learn, Roger. Okay, you try and teach me Spanish every now and again." I'm gonna. It's more like a sound, and then I'll explain to you what the sound is. Okay. It starts with you don't say the W, but you use the sound of the W, okay? And then you go you so it's like ooh, ooh, like that, and then z on, right? Zon.
Okay.
So zon. Say that.
Zone?
No, no, you got to put an attitude. Listen, you got to. So if you come up to somebody here in Cornwall, and you go here, zon,
Zone.
zon.
Yes,
So
that's
it's in
odd.
the Americanism is hey, what's happening?
Oh, okay. Got
And
it.
then, so in Cornwall, you say ear, like in
Ear.
what's on the side of your head. Ear was on.
Ah, so the W's still there then. So
It's kind of
ear
more
was on.
brother saying what is was on. So there's more. The only part of the W you get is a w sound. Was on. See, there she spelled it at the bottom of the page. See it?
Right,
Was on.
Judy.
No, that's real. I'm not. That's not a joke. It's real. This is how Cornish people greet each other. Here, right? It's on.
Wow.
And it's just to say the Americanism would be, hey, what's happening?
And in Spanish,
And well, in Irish, we just say,
hola, ¿qué pasa?
oh, like, what's que pasa mean?
¿Qué pasa? Like, what's going on?
Hey, que pasa? Que pasa? Hola, que pasa?
Or the
So,
real people say, ¿qué onda? Like a Honda, but take the H out. ¿Qué onda?
que onda? What does that mean?
It's the same thing. It's like, what's happening?
So, in Ireland, we say, Kid mil falcha.
No, I ain't going there.
Kid
I
mil
heard
falcha.
something in there that I won't touch.
Kid mila falcha.
Keep me la
No,
falta.
Kid, K-E-E-D, Kid
Kill
mila.
Mila.
It's almost like the Italian for million. Mila.
Okay. Keep
Fal,
Kill Mila
mila falcha.
Falta. Okay.
Faltha. Falcha.
And the meaning is
100,000 welcomes.
Ah, cool.
And you'll see it on above Irish pubs, and then on the glass in Irish pubs it says Keed Míle Fáilte. And so when and you're in the United States and you're walking past an Irish pub, it'll usually you'll say it in the window or on the window or above the door, Keed Míle Fáilte. Means
Okay, look what Vanessa put on there.
Hola, guapas, ¿qué tal?
Guapos.
Guapos.
Guapos. Get that?
What?
That means
So
like,
why do you spell it with a G then if it's guapos?
because the
But-
G is pronounced with like a W.
So why don't you just put a W in there then?
I didn't write this stuff.
So it's like the English, they spell phone with a PH. Why don't you just put an F?
You know what the director said? I didn't write the script.
But no, I'm serious. Why do people come up with stupidity
I,
like
I
In Ireland, it's spelled Phone.
Phone.
Phone. And if you use the full, it's Telefone,
Right.
telephone.
Telephone.
And so where's the PH come from?
I don't know, sir.
Pahone. Pahone. Hey y'all, I'm from Florida, and Irish. Oh, she's Bonbons is from Florida. First and foremost, one of my favorite states, and secondly of all, she's Irish. So she's already got kudos.
Ay, ay, ay.
See,
That
the way I
is.
put it is, there's the Irish, and then there's everybody else who wants to be Irish.
Yep.
Lovely to see everybody in the room tonight. Your Tez.
Yeah.
That's I just actually pronouncing what Trudy has written. See, I've lived here in Cornwall actually longer. I'm talking about chronologically longer than I've lived in Ireland. But I'm obviously Irish, and I go back every year. But for the first 2 years living in Cornwall, I just could not understand a single thing. Could not get around. They have different times. They have a thing called crib time, as
Crib.
in crib, as in the manger,
Right.
baby laying in a crib time. And I'm like, people just say, "Oh, here it's crib time." Crib time, and I've been looking at people thinking somebody's taking the Mickey. Crib, and all I could be thinking of is a baby's crib.
Right.
What the hell's a crib time? It's actually it's have a break. It's around 11 o'clock in the morning to have a break, and crib is like a lunch. It's like what, but at 11 o'clock in the morning, crib time,
Well, here
and
in
they have another
America, we call it a crib. Like, say, where you going? I'm going to my crib. That
going
means
to
your
crib, which is
house.
your house. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, over here, crib time is taking a break. Directly, this if Cornishman, if you, for example, if you were on vacation in Cornwall, and something happens to your car, and the guy in the garage says, "Oh, I'll do that for you directly," it just means it'll get sometime this year, not necessarily that day. Seriously, I mean, directly means just, yeah, we'll get around to it. Don't worry about it.
Right. Just leave it here.
Yeah, just there was loads, and there's another thing they'll say, "Hey, here, where's it to?"
The what?
That's what they'll say. Here, where's it to?
The tube
And
meaning the
you're like, what?
TV?
Where's it to? Where's it? And I remember sitting in my house and I wrote it down so I could look at it. Maybe I thought, maybe I'll get it if I can see it. Where's it to? What that means is, excuse me, where is it? Here, where's it to? A year it took me to get that one. Where be it to, see, says Julia. Crib or car.
Wow.
But anyway, the Cornish are loving, very well. The Cornish are Celtics; they're Celts, so they're a bit of a fighting spirit as well. And even though Cornwall is at the very bottom of the UK, they are not English. They don't like to be referred to as English.
What?
Oh yes, no. Physically, Cornwall's disconnected from England. Physically, there's a big river that disconnects the entirety of Cornwall. So
Wow.
Cornwall, for all intents and purposes, is actually an island. And then you got Wales. Wales do not like to be referred to as English. And you've got the Scottish. Well, enough said there. And then you've got the Irish. And all of those are Celts. Donna Mitchell Alexander is in the house. Donna, welcome. Good to see you. I hope you and your beautiful daughter are well. It's lovely to see you. I haven't seen you for some time. Hope you're feeling a lot better. We're just having a bit of a giggle. There's nothing specific. But that being said, if there's anything you'd like to discuss, anything you'd like to talk about, any questions, even if you would like to come on to the show and talk directly to myself and him, um, you want to talk, if you want to talk, if you really want to talk to him, I mean,
Don't
what?
waste your no this way. Don't waste your time. Where's the face?
Don't bother with that. See him over there. Look at the gray hair.
Oh Lord! I have to answer somebody that asked the question last time.
Mm-hmm.
Julia Evans. She wanted to know. She said, a lot of people have questioned me about my age.
Mm-hmm.
Mark this down, ladies and gentlemen. I was born October 10th at 8:15 in the morning, which is a Tuesday, and it's at 1950, which makes me 72.
He arrived on Earth at 8:15 in the morning. He fell out of the spaceship. And
No, true story, Paul. This is honest God's truth.
right,
My
go for
mom
it.
told me when I was born that they lived in an apartment, like a basement apartment, and she was
Uh-huh.
cooking and started a grease fire. So
Oh
she
wow.
panicked and ran out the door, and she fell and went into labor. And they said they propped her up against a tree, and out I came.
Wow, what a story.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to your face. Your mom fell. My mother used to say to me, "You were born late," and because I used to have, I was terrible for timekeeping. She goes, "No, you were meant to be. You were always going to be late." And I said, "Really? Why?" She goes, "Because I went into labor with you on Friday morning, and you weren't born till Monday morning."
Oy,
And I
poor
went, "No,
mother.
okay." So yeah, she it took the entire weekend for me to get out, and so it was like, so she said to me, "You were born to be late." She goes, "You're going to be late for your own funeral." I said, "I bloody hope so."
Yeah, right.
Everybody's having a giggle. Come on, share your fun stories with us. That's what this show's about. We were talking a couple of days ago about healing. One of the strongest healing energies you can possibly get, and I mean, genuinely the strongest healing energies you can possibly use, is the healing energy of laughter.
Yep.
Laughter is probably one of the strongest energies you can get to help someone heal. Donna says horrible long labor. Horrible. I don't know. I was quite enjoying myself at the time. I was in a nice bubbly pool, and and I was sitting there like my feet up, hands behind my head, going, "I'm not in any hurry to come out." And my mother was going, "Ah, ah, ah," shouting at my dad, going, "You caused this, you git." Laughter, yes, says Jules. Laughter, and Donna agrees. Um, my one of my heroes, the other hero I've got other than Roger,
I was
is
just gonna say me.
um, is Patch Adams, and Patch Adams is a real life doctor.
Yep.
He was portrayed on screen by the late great oh God,
Robin Williams.
Robin. Well, I was nearly blank on his name then. The late great Robin Williams, and he's a real life guy. You can Google him and find him out. But he found that when he brought comedy or laughter into the wards, the patients healed up to 25% faster. That's really quick. Claire from Walchester, or Claire Walchester, says, "Hi, hope you're all well from the UK." Claire, welcome to the show. Come out of Facebook, Claire. Come out of Facebook.
Yeah,
Go
get on
into
YouTube,
YouTube.
Claire.
Watch us on YouTube. If you go into YouTube in the search bar at the top, just type in Paul Francis Medium, and it'll take you straight back to this show. Then you can all subscribe and hit the little bell icon. That's you too, Donna, my darling. So if you come out of Facebook, click on the what the hell
Oh,
is
here's
that?
a
Show me
butthead.
something.
A real
Well,
butthead.
you can't help morons. Morons are
Yeah.
they're born into the earth. Well, no, they're not born into the earth. They fall on the earth, and they take up oxygen that other people really need. So I call them oxygen thieves. Donna's jumped over. Thank you, Donna. So we got this Albert Bundy, and well, his name's enough, really. That tells you everything right there, doesn't it? So
Do you
delete
see what
comment.
Vanessa put?
No, what did Vanessa put?
Many, many years ago, I went to a market in Spain with my
Yeah,
mom. She wanted 4 cushions. They are called cojines.
cojones.
No, not cojones. Cojines. I knew you would do that. She asked for 4 cojines and didn't understand why everyone was laughing.
Because it was
Oh,
cojones.
I got it. Now, for this, I can't talk about that. Now I know it.
Could you
Paul, I'll
all
explain it later.
could you guys report this Albert Bundy guys? Could you do that for me? Because obviously um I'm not on YouTube. So report him.
Get it
Make
right,
sure it goes
dude.
straight
Come
through.
on, man.
I mean, look at the guy. That guy tells you everything about his level of competence and his level of brain.
Yeah.
It just tells you about his educational level, doesn't it?
There was 2 lines. One said brains, the other one said trains. And
Yeah,
we know which one he was
he
in.
climbed onto that one. Bonbon says my son is 3 times Irish and 3 times Irish. It was like giving birth to a basketball.
Oh, ouch.
Oh,
He's 6'7".
he's 6'7" and wears a 16. They're not shoes. They are actually they're not shoes. Those are skis. Skis.
Oh,
Can you
boy.
you're gonna have to introduce that lady. I can't pronounce her first name.
Which one? Where are we at?
Lady from second from the bottom.
Oh, Asenya. Just say
Asenya.
Susie.
Susie.
Azucena Ramirez. You just say Susie.
Mm. Susie Ramirez. Susie, welcome to the show.
She's from Michigan.
Ah, okay. So she obviously watches your show on a regular basis.
Yep. I was thinking that those shoes, the little boats that they have down in New Orleans,
Mm.
and they have they call it Pedro. They're carved out of wood. Have you seen
All right.
those?
Okay. No, I haven't seen those.
That would cover the shoe. Size 16. Holy moly. Leanne, get out of Facebook and go on YouTube. Paul Francis Medium.
Mm. Right. Keep talking to everybody, Roger. I'm going to go across and put a report in about this idiot,
Okay.
Albert Bundy. Okay. You keep
Anyway,
talking, everybody.
everybody, I told you I would be here, and Faye's not here today because her daughter is dealing with MS, so she wanted to go be with her daughter. So, other than that, a lot of things are happening right now, and there's things people are asking me things about, like I can't say on the show, but there are a lot of things happening in the world per se, and I don't know if I can talk about this, Paul. This morning I got an earthquake, a big one.
Really?
Yes,
Wow. What, down in your part of the United States?
I don't know. I couldn't pinpoint where it was, but all of a sudden I started like, and
Ooh.
here it comes.
Yeah. Sorry, and you keep on talking because I'm actually.
Well, I know. I'm looking at what this knucklehead is saying. We
That's
don't
right.
have it out of our apartments. We have it out of our businesses, and we pay taxes. Do you? Julia, thank you very much.
Well, in order for him to pay taxes, he would first of all have to have a job,
Yeah.
and he clearly wouldn't have the brain sense to be able to do that. So,
Dude, are you for real, man?
but
The
just
shit you're writing, are you for real?
just leave. Just don't bother. The more you give an ass wipe like that,
God, this guy just
time.
out of man. They must have dropped you on your head when you were a kid. God, unreal. But see, folks, both Paul and I have to deal with knuckleheads like this because they don't have a life. First off, they have no true meaning in their life, and they just gotta, you know, be an asshole per se.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to use that language, but that's what it is.
Here comes a troll's friend request.
Yep, that's just what they are too, is trolls. But I can
Yeah.
think of better words.
I noticed that he's actually got one or two of my cousins on online. So what he wants to really pay attention to is I'll contact said cousins and they'll come around and visit and I'm sure you'll have a wonderful day.
Well, if they want it to be the focus of attention, have your own show. It's that
That,
simple.
I mean, what can you do? What can you do? Seriously.
I don't know why they allow those guys on.
Hmm. Anyway, listen. Let's not.
Yeah, we don't give it energy.
Claire Walchester's come all across from Facebook. Fantastic, Claire. Make sure that you subscribe and click the little bell icon. Everybody who's come across to YouTube, click that subscribe button and then click the little bell icon. So every time we release a show, you'll be advised of when it's going to be released. Hi, Paul Roger. Sorry, I'm late. Just taking the dog out for a walk. It's a great evening, says
Hello,
Amanda.
Amanda.
This is a woman's test readings. This one is a woman's test reading. Oh, is that somebody? They must be just reporter Leanne. Report whoever this person is to Facebook and tell them that
Goofy.
it's a fake account. Yet I tell you what, the thing about it is, you know, if we say anything back to them on Facebook, we're the ones that get blocked.
Yeah, that's the oddity of it. And you know what else I found out, Paul? I
Yeah.
got two notices from Facebook saying, "Okay, you can now put your video on. It's been looked at already." And I'm going, "What the hell are you looking at our videos for like that?" They're screening them.
Yeah. Well, the script. Lynn got blocked for posting something on her own page
That's
about
crazy.
herself or something. I remember she said to me, I might have misunderstood what I'm doing from memory, but then again, I've got a thousand things running through my mind at the minute. So, welcome to everybody to the Tonight Show. So, like I say, the Thursday night show is it's not about Roger and me, it's about you guys. So we will actually, we'll respond to questions and Q&A and anything you want to put into it from your point of view. So
You know what I'm looking at, Paul? Because of
what's
this
up?
light being on, a lot of you remember I fell on an escalator and it pulled a lot of my hair out on this side.
Really?
Yeah, this is this is where my hairline started. Okay, if you can see that.
Well, do you know what that escalator has done for you? Saved you a lot of money on haircuts. Fell in love with an Ireland back in 2014, says Bonbons. They spent 2 weeks traveling around on my own with my son in an SUV. Had some paranormal investigating. I have a tip. Well, share. Come and talk to us about what you pick up in
Yeah.
Cornwall. In Cornwall, in Florida. Tell us about some of your, your very interesting and responses. Some interesting evidence that you might have got. I'd love to see some of that.
Are we
Becky
supposed to
King's
be
joined us. Hi,
putting
Bex.
Are we supposed to be putting a banner up there or something, Paul?
To do what?
To when somebody says a comment or a question or something?
About that?
No, not that one. Like in red,
No, I don't know.
where
I
you
don't know.
highlight somebody's comment or question?
Oh, so when somebody asks a question,
Yeah.
so where's the question?
Yeah, where's the question, everybody?
Yeah, bring on a question. That's why I delete my comments because they have um and continue for people. They I'll bring that up because at the end of the day I can't read this down there. Leanne says that that's why I delete my comments because they have to they something lives and continue to look for people they think will fall for their scams. Yes, and that's right, Leon. They will. Most of them, all of them, are scammers. None of no reputable medium or psychic will come and do what these guys do. So everybody who jumps onto other people's shows like that are scam artists and nothing else. Scam artists. So basically thieves. So you're absolutely right. Best thing to do is report them, block them, get them out of your face, and that's the best way to do it. So come on, y'all, share the show and get some questions going. We haven't got any Q&A tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press a little button here, and then you guys can come back with your questions. In the meantime, you are listening to UPRN, United Public Radio Network, coming to you live on 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM from the beautiful city of New Orleans. UPRNTalkRadio.com. And we're back, and Roger's right up close to the screen. That's enough to put out, I tell you.
Thank you.
That's just put me right off. I'm right now. I'm feeling nauseous now. So, Susie says, last night I heard someone call my name when I was sleeping, and I woke up. Does that mean no one was there? No, not necessarily. So, most people who get a name or get their name shouted in the nighttime, it's 99% of the time it's a family member who's paying you a visit. There is that 1% though that it can be somebody connected to the property that you're in though. But at the end of the day, it's usually a family member trying to get your attention. Now, the people say to me, "Why do they come at night?" They don't just come at night. It's just that at night when there is less activity going on, in other words, life, just normal everyday life, it's quieter at night, so they become that much more. You're more aware of them, so it's easier for them to get their signs out, as i.e., call your name and so on and so stuff like that. So that's why. But spirits and energies and ghosts and that don't just come out at night. That's a bit of a myth. Okay. Mafia mediums, wackatrolls, says Morningstar. Vanessa says, "Do you both get messages from your own loved ones?" That's a good question, by the way,
Yeah.
Vanessa. A really good question. Do I get messages from my own loved ones? I get. I get. I suppose at the end of the day, you could be they could be construed as messages, but I get feelings and thoughts that are repetitive thoughts, and when I sort of analyze them, they would sound like they were coming from my dad, or they would sound like they were coming from my mom. Or I can understand. I know when one of my guides is trying to talk to me because there's a just different energy about it. But there are times when I can hear my mom saying, "Shh, just let it go, let it go. Don't bother getting overexcited. Don't bother getting irate and angry. Just let it ride." And I can hear her saying it, so I pay attention to that. What about you, Rog?
Two things. When, excuse me, if you remember the actress Farrah Fawcett,
Farrah Fawcett
okay,
Majors.
right, before she died, or the day she died, 2 hours ahead of time, they woke me up. It was, I think, at 7:30 in the morning, and they said, "We just wanted to tell you Farrah Fawcett died." And I went, "Oh, okay." So then the person that I was with at the time, she says, "Why are you up so early?" I said, "Because they just told me that Farrah Fawcett died." What?
Right.
Yeah, Farrah Fawcett died. How do you know?
Wow.
I don't know. They just told me. So I went back to bed. 2 hours later, bang, they're announcing Farrah Fawcett died.
Wow.
And
Was there a
then,
link between you and your family, though? Well, your
no,
family
that's
and
the oddity of it. That was like a message from, one of the spirit guides, I guess, or a spirit. But anyway, another one that I got, Paul, And this one really had significance to me. A week before, or I think it was 2 weeks before, my son died from COVID. They told me, "We're coming for your son." And I went, "No, you got the wrong guy. No, we're coming for your son." And I went, "No, you got the wrong guy. Just go somewhere else." And I kept arguing and arguing and arguing with them. And I said, just leave me alone. And then, as it would be,
Hmm.
I should have listened. They took him.
I'm so sorry that. I mean, I can't imagine. I
It was
can't
real
imagine what
hard on me
that's.
because of the fact, Paul, now check this out. I'm already loading up all my gear because I'm going to go play. I get a text from my daughter, "Dad, he's gone." And I'm going like, "Wait a minute. You said that he was unresponsive." "Yes, he's gone. He died." And I'm like, I just totally came apart right in the middle of the street, And,
I can imagine.
but I went to the gig, Paul. I went to the gig and I announced on the mic. I said they say when a loved one passes, the best thing you could do is surround yourself with friends. I
Yeah.
said, and that's why I'm here. And it was a night I'll never forget. That's
That's totally acceptable and totally understandable. I mean, you know, I massive respect for you. You know that old
Thank you.
concept that the show must go on. You
Yeah,
know,
and I could hear him saying, "Dad, go do the show. Just don't worry about me. Go do the show." And the sad part about it, Paul, he was going to be 50 years old,
wow.
and he
I'm
never made
so
his
sorry,
birthday.
so sorry about that, brother.
Thank you.
Um, that somebody would just I just did read another question there, which was kind of cool. Uh, Becky
Yeah,
King has put up this message. Is it true that when you dream about someone who's passed, that means they're visiting you? Well, yes and no. Yes and no.
awesome.
Let's. I'm very much a feet on the floor kind of guy. I'm very much, just because it goes bump in the night, it doesn't necessarily mean it's spirit. There are reasons, but I'm also a big believer that if you eliminate the possible, you're left with the probable. So, um, yes, you can have a dream about somebody. If you, for example, say you've been talking about that person, say on that day or the day before, and you go to bed and your conscious and subconscious put together a little movie, and that becomes a dream. But what you might refer to as a dream, we call a visitation.
Yep.
Now, the difference between a dream and a visitation is this: um, you will remember every single aspect of the visitation, everything. You will remember it vividly. You remember it as if you literally just watched it. What happened, where you were, what you spoke about, what you were wearing, what they were wearing, the surrounding, every single thing you'll remember. And that's a big indication of a visitation. That's when they come and talk to you directly. A dream usually will go out of your head within a day or maybe two at the most. That's the difference between them both. But um, it's the best way for your loved ones to be able to communicate with you direct, because two reasons. Number one, in the dream state, in the state of mind you're in, which is deep sleep, you got three levels of sleep: alpha, beta, and theta. Sorry, three levels of conscious: alpha, beta, and theta. Alpha is where we are right now. Well, I am. Roger's meandering in between B and C, but alpha is where we're alert and communicating. Beta is that stage where you're literally falling asleep and you can be in that hypnotic realm where you can be hypnotized. And theta is when you're out, you're gone, and somebody lifts your arm and you drop it, you're gone. So it's the theta stage where they can come in and communicate with you. So hopefully that's a great question, by the way, Becky. Thank you for asking. Donna says, my mom called me by my first and middle name last week. Wow. Awesome. That's a big indicator, because if they call you by the two names, then well, if my mom called me by my first two names, I knew I was in trouble. If she went Paul Francis, oh right, or your brothers would look at you and go, you're in trouble. But that's good, Donna, and the very fact that you're acknowledging that they, communicated with you, that's a big thing for our family in spirit. If they make the effort to communicate with you and you respond, and that's huge. That's a big thing for them. So Bonbons is going to contact us and send some what she's managed to be able to capture doing her investigations. We should bring Bonbon on. Maybe get Bonbon on for next Thursday. When I was a child, I would have dreams about 2 weeks before it happened. All right, so that's called premonition, Anne Marie. They're called premonitions. I get them periodically, but Roger seems to get them a lot more than me. We call him King of Death. Roger,
Well, here, ask Anna right now. She's on.
who?
Okay? Anna Reyes.
Oh, Anne
Okay?
Marie Reyes.
Anna,
Um,
isn't it truth that if you hear a tecolote at night, it's either announcing death, it comes to spy on you, or it comes to protect you? Those
okay,
three things.
what was that? A what at
A
night?
tecolote is an owl.
We'll just say owling. A
Does she
decolote.
understands what I mean right away when I say tecolote?
Hey, if I go into my wife and say, "Hey, listen, I got you a decolote," she'll go, "What? A decolote?" I said, "What the hell's a decolote?" It's an owl. Just say damn owl then.
It's with a T, tecolote.
Decolote. It's a cool name, actually. Sounds good. Um, right. So, but it doesn't mean that over here. It's a big registration of wisdom for the Celts. Donna says, my sister is coming to the end of her battle with brain cancer. And last week I was sitting with her and she said, "Hey, Donna, I can see them in the corner. Tell them to leave me alone. They keep following me." Oh, my sweet darling. I'm so sorry you're experiencing this. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to take an opportunity here. Please forgive me. Um, I'm sorry you're experiencing it. That's just you should never have to experience this. But on the other side of the coin, you're actually getting an experience which is invaluable because one, the pain of leaving your sister leaving and losing her is going. I'm going to be here if you want to talk. I'll be here to help you. I'm sure Roger Fay would as well. Um, but on the other side, if she's saying, "Look, they're here," that's that's actual proof that you are there. That's proof that our families do. What I say on a regular basis. As soon as we get ready to let go, they come and collect us and they help us cross to the other side of life. You're literally seeing that firsthand, Donna. Um, it's vital that you are there for your sister, okay? Because a big part of that, I know this is going to sound weird, a big part of that isn't necessarily for your sister, but a big part of that was going to be for you as well. Um, she's asking who this is. Any suggestions? She's seen a lot of people lately. She also calls them by my family's names of people who have passed. Right. Well, that makes absolute sense. So, I mean, just be aware of who she's saying to you, who's there, and sort of orientate by who which members of the family, which part of the family is coming through. Um, the fact, I mean, we don't have to really sort of give you. I don't have to sit down and say to you, right, listen, there's definitely family members coming in around her, because if she's already saying names, then you can be absolutely assured of that. But I know it's difficult, Donna, and not just for Donna, but everybody else who's listening. I know it's really, really difficult, but please try and take the solace out of the fact that they're actually starting to what's called orientate them now. So our friends and family come back, they make themselves aware to us, but they don't jump out and go surprise. It's done gradually, and once we've got used to them being there, they start telling us about everything's going to be fine. They're going to tell us about where we are, where we're going to be going, and everybody's waiting to greet us. And you're seeing it firsthand, my darling. But I can imagine the pain of losing someone so close to you. There's just no words for it. There are no words to be able to. I wish I could just wave at my hand and take the pain away, but it's unfortunately it's an experience that every single one of us on in this group tonight will experience. Every single one of us will experience this. It is sad, but the other side of the coin is it's the circle of life. It is that circle of life. Exactly. I dropped my middle name after I got divorced. Hated it. You still got your sense of humor, Donna. I love that. Never considered myself a psychic, says Bonbon, but I'm very attuned. Yes, everybody on the planet, everybody, bar none, even Roger, is psychic. Everybody on the planet is psychic. Um, Now, when I say that, I mean there is no other terminology for it, right? Sensitive, I suppose, is another terminology when I think about it. But we have psychic abilities. They can be very minimal, or they can be quite extensive. Now, ladies who fall pregnant, their psychic ability grows and enhances during the term, whether the baby's growing with them. They become very, very psychic, and also the connection between the baby and the mom is cultivated as well. And that's why moms are aware of whether their kids are happy, sad, or indifferent. They just get that feeling, and that's that psychic connection. Um, it's also how when you walk home and your wife looks at you and goes, "All right, what have you been up to?" Because she's picking up an energy around you, and she's picking up something that maybe feels slightly cagey. Now, that slightly cagey feeling, she could well be misconstruing if you're trying to plan a surprise for her. So not that Rogers does surprises for Faye, but he should, but he doesn't. Don't you look at me like that. Anyway, that feeling can be construed as, oh yeah, what's going on, you know, and it's the feeling. That's the best way to describe a psychic connection. The feeling. Now, Bonbon, when she's doing the paranormal investigations, she's going to be connecting on all of those levels. The psychic connection, the visual connection, the audio connection, and usually when they switch all the lights off, they that's when your other senses kick into high gear. When you can't see, your hearing, that all that kind of stuff starts to kick into gear. What are you looking at, Roger? What are you huffing and puffing about?
No, I'm just going with what you said, you know.
You sound like you're sitting there like
No,
like
no,
you're
no, no,
bored.
no. I'm just looking at everybody's comments and everything, and you know, let me state it that it's close to what you said, Paul. And
Mm,
I tell this to everyone: when we are around death, death is the other half of life. We all have to accept it. It's there,
mm-hmm.
and nothing changes it. I remember one time a guy told me, "Well, I'm going to go hide in the closet so the Lord can't get me." And I said, "Are you that dumb?" I said, "What happens if you have a heart attack in the closet? You go."
Yeah. This now, I got a bit of a debate here, which is a great debate. Okay, I love debate. Um, I believe now, and this is through experience, through working with experience and picking up and working with and getting information about this and that and the other. But I believe now that when the old saying goes, "When your time's up, it's up."
Right.
It's not actually the case. You can request more time. So, from what I'm understanding, is if we really believe that we need to be here for a little bit longer, they'll grant the time. But on the other side of the coin, there's something warm in this in that sort of understanding that when your time is up, it's up. So when it's your time to go home, they usually only go home when you've completed all of your tasks here. When you've
Yep.
completed all of the learning and the understanding and the passing of the knowledge you've already learned to others, then it's time to go home. From what I've picked out of 35 years of being a professional medium, is we are the ones who are away, not them. We're the ones who are at university. This world is the university of life, and we're the ones learning the lessons. And then when we've learned our lessons and we've passed all our exams, then we get the opportunity to go home again. That's the way I kind of understand it. What's your thoughts, Roger?
Well, in regards to that, if people remember the late great Sam Kennison, who was a comedian,
Hmm.
when his brother was behind him, he was in a little truck in front of him, in front of his brother, and his brother said he crashed head on with somebody, and by the time he reached him and was saying Sam, 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 he said Sam said the words, "No, no, no, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet." And then a little pause, and he goes, "Okay, I'm ready." Boom, he died.
Wow. Wow. See, he must have been seeing somebody that he
Right,
knew he could go with. That's probably what it is. Um, Donna says a week before my dad passed him, he wasn't sick. He told me, I'll read that again. A week before my dad passed, and he wasn't sick. Told me, told me, I can't read that. Am I misinterpreting something here? He wasn't sick. Told me, your mom. She wrote, told me. It isn't my eyes. His girlfriend with and a lady I didn't know who came through me last night and's coming to take me home. All right, okay. So basically, the week before her dad died, he had obviously had a visitation
right.
of family who'd come along, including see anybody who crosses who have a connection to us, be it an old girlfriend, be it an old buddy, be it an ex for that matter. That even though you may be divorced, they still have the opportunity to come and help you cross over because the politics of life here doesn't translate to spirit. It doesn't work that way.
It's like whatever ill feelings they had on earth about
Hmm.
you or you about them, it all changes over
It
there.
all changes. The stupidity, what I call the stupidity of life or the politics of life, do not translate. The only thing that translates over is the love we had for our friends and family.
When I came back, even my kids told me, "Dad, you're not the same guy anymore. What happened to you?" And I told them I was touched by love,
Mm,
and you need to have love, and that's why I'm back and I'm loving everybody.
makes a change. Anyway, Callie Durant says,
Thank
before
you.
my mom passed, she would sit and have a conversation with her sister that had passed before her. I had a feeling her time was close, and then she passed 2 days later. Oh, Kelly, again, you had an opportunity there to experience. I mean, the pain of losing your mom. I'm with you 100% on that. There's, my mom has been gone 30 years now, and still feels to me like she's not that. She's only just gone. But you were able to see in real time that what we say on a regular basis is actually real. It's not made up. So it's really really true. Thank you for sharing that, darling. Really appreciate that. Donna is saying thank you, Paul. Donna. You're welcome. You always will be welcome. And if there's anything we can do to help you when you're going through what you're going through, we're here for you. Definitely. Tia says back again. Hope I didn't miss much. Not a lot, Tia. But thank you for being here nonetheless. Nicola's joined us. Nicola, hi, darling. Welcome to the show. Ward Vanderplas has joined us. Ward, good afternoon.
Hey, Ward.
Um, having really bad few weeks. Right. Okay. Let's bring up what Nicola's saying. Having a really, really bad few weeks. Non-stop bad luck and energy. Right. Okay. Then what you need to do. I mean, trust me, Nicola. Maybe it's an Irish thing at the minute, but I'm going through exactly the damn same. But anyway, what you got to get up in the morning, right, Nicola? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to bed tonight in your head and going, tonight's the last night. This is going to happen. It's not happening now tomorrow. It's not happening tomorrow. Okay, and you have to absolutely, totally to believe it because what my dad used to say, my dad had some great sayings. Right, if we were going through a city, Roger, with this huge amount of traffic lights, and if you hit the first set of traffic lights and they were red, and you went on to the next one and they were red, he would say you're on the red belt. You get caught on the red belt. I mean, there's no such thing as a red belt, but his terminology would be: you just watch every single bloody set of lights we hit now, they'll be red. You just get caught on the red belt. So Nicola, you've been caught on the negative belt. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to get off that negative belt and you're going to get on the positive belt. You're going to change it because you're going to say to yourself, it's over. Okay, tomorrow morning, you're going to get up in the morning. You're going to go to bed tonight. You're going to say, right, you have an opportunity to go away, or I will force you away. You can leave me tonight when I go to sleep. Tomorrow morning, you get up, you open your curtains, you open your window, you take a long, big, deep breath, and you go, today's the day that I start the positive belt. And you change it, and you don't let your mind waver. You go, no, 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 no. I'm only accepting positivity. I'm rejecting negativity. I give it to the angels to look after, and I'm only accepting positivity. And you keep it locked in that, and you watch the change. Like attracts like. While your mind is built in a negative, while it's focused and totally utterly on the negative, that's what you're attracting. Because like attracts like. Roger, want to say anything?
And when you weed out all the negative people and weed out the buts and the ands and the ifs and not get it out of your system, get it away from you. Think positive.
Yep.
Always attract positive feelings because the world is really positive if you look at it differently. But a lot of people, no, well, you're going to sit there and you're going to mope about it or you're going to get up and do something about it. Change a negative into a positive.
Exactly. That's
Look
exactly it.
at now, as positive as I am, I have to deal with this knucklehead, but that's okay.
That's because you read my book.
You're much of funny, Paul.
Becky says, I feel atmospheres and emotions really strongly. I get told I'm oversensitive and paranoid a lot. I'm learning with your help to trust myself and what I'm feeling. Okay, well, first and foremost, don't worry. When you start to become aware of your own sensitivity, it will feel like it's up and down. You feel like you're on a roller coaster, and paranoia is, yeah, I can understand that. When you think you're being watched, paranoia can be in there, and you're like, am I being watched? And you start checking right around the corners and stuff. But honestly, here's the best thing that my grandmother taught me. She goes, son, it's not the dead you want to be frightened of, it's the living. Just remember
Yes.
that, and it's real. That's the best thing, that the best piece of advice I've received through my entire career. Do not worry about those who have crossed over. Oh, by the way, about feels like about 100 years ago now. I was doing a reading for a young lady one afternoon in my office, and her father was coming through, and he said something to me, and I went, "But you're dead." And he, whatever, I don't know what the connotation of the message was, but and I went, "But you're dead." And he came back to me like that, and he went, "If I'm dead, how could I be talking to you?" And I never forgot that. And I never forgot that message. So our friends, family, and spirit don't like to be referred to as dead. Only the body dies. Only the body ceases
Yep.
to work. The spirit, the energy, the soul, it carries on. And the only way they can connect with you is to be around you, and that feeling can be construed sometimes as paranoia. So don't worry, you're just developing. Okay, and both myself and Roger will be able to give you advice. If you can't get a hold of me, ring or message Roger, but we'll give you advice on how to understand what it is you're feeling, understand how to deal with what it is you're feeling, and more importantly, how to protect yourself as well. The psychic protection is a big thing. If you want to learn more about it, ask Roger. If you want to learn properly, ask me. So
I was just about to say, Becky, before I was rudely interrupted. Remember this, Beck. Paranoia is a psychosomatic thing. It's mind over matter.
mind over matter. I don't mind. You don't matter. Um,
Hey,
put him. Nicola
Randy.
is the moon cycle. There's no saying take a garbage out of your head. I like that. Anne Marie.
Yep.
Take the garbage out of your head. I like that. I'm going to adapt that. Thank you for. Tell you what, I love learning. Take the garbage out of your head. I like that. Yeah, I'm going to adapt that. All right. I I believe we're not confined and we can travel freely. Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. I've done a lot of remote viewings. Have you ever done remote viewings, Roger?
In what way? I mean, give me
Remote
an
viewing is
example.
when you go into a deep meditation and you astral travel to another place, and you can actually walk around a house or walk around a place or
I do
in
that
the
every show, just about. Like there was Amanda Ward. She was in. No, was it Amanda? It was somebody. I said, "When are you going to fix that window that's in the middle room?" I said, "It's got a crack in it." And they wrote back, "How do you know that?" I said, "I'm there looking at it right now." They said, "But we're
okay.
looking at you on the show." Yes, but mentally, I'm over there.
You're seeing it with your third eye. There's two levels of that. That's psychic viewing. What so when you close eye and you see it and you're seeing it with your third eye, and then there is actually where you can your entire soul can leave the body and go. So you're actually walking around. That can be done. That's called astral traveling,
Yeah, that's it.
and it's don't if you've not done it before, don't attempt it. Okay, it's dangerous stuff. If you are going to do it with a fully trained tutor teacher and a group of people who can talk you back into your body. I know that sounds like movie-ish, but it's real. It's please don't mess with that area of
Because you
business.
could do this, and here's your body, and you can go like that, and next thing you know it, you miss your body and go to somebody else.
It's well, don't be going to anybody else, but but
Well, that's
but
what I feel.
it's an area not to mess with. It's not you need to you need to have been trained how to do it and do it properly and do it safely and never do it on your own. You should never really do it on your own. It's I mean, when even when you know the people, the highly trained Zen monks who do it, they still do it in groups.
Let me ask you this, Paul.
Hmm.
Have you, I'm sure you have, has anybody, another spirit, taken over your body and used you as an instrument to communicate?
Yeah, you can actually see it happening. There's some videos on YouTube of me working on stage, and you'll actually see me change. You can actually see me become very cockney and very wait like that, and that's an energy working through me because
Wow.
I'm very laid back. I'm very when I'm when one of my guides comes closer to me, um, he comes through me. The guide's name is Guy. Okay, when Guy gets really close to me, my persona changes. You can actually see him working through me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've actually done what I think you were asking in the first place, where I literally step out of my body and another energy steps in and speaks through me. That I've done that, but I only did that when I was training as a medium. But my guide said to me, "We're going to do this so you understand what it is and what it feels like, but you won't work this way." And I went, "Fine." And I remember in the class, and we went to deep meditation, and the teacher had the energy at the right time and the right level, and everything was buzzing. And have you ever seen the movie Iron Man?
No.
You not seen the movie Iron Man? Well, in the movie Iron Man, there's a big like circular glass thing, and the energy flying around the inside of it. It's like that, and I just literally felt like I shifted across on my seat. You know, just shuffle like you're in a pew in a church, and you shuffle down the pew. I shuffled over. That's the way it felt, and there was like a transformation, and it wasn't like it was like a bleed from from one vision to another, and then I was in just fields of flowers walking along, and this other energy then stepped into my body, spoke to the group, different voice, and the group told me that when I came back in, there was smells of roses and flowers emanating from my body. And of course, I was walking through fields of flowers.
Do you remember the story that Faye and I told you about her brother-in-law when he took over my body?
No,
It
I
was
don't
like
remember
he
that.
sat
Remind
on
me.
my lap, and like I was compressed back here like this,
Yeah.
and had no idea what was going on. But afterwards, when I came out of it, they told me that I was crying to Faye's sister because it was her husband, and I was telling her everything. I'm sorry, this and that, and the whole family was there in shock because this guy Michael took over my body and communicated with her. And
Wow.
when I came out of it, I told Faye, I said, "What happened?" She goes, "Michael just visited." I said, "Oh wow, who's Michael?" She said, "You were Michael." And I went, "What?" So she told me on the way home what happened.
That's a bit like the movie Ghost.
Yeah, and it's happened to me about 7 times so far.
Yeah, it's not
It's
happened to
really
me.
unreal.
They shadow me. They can overlay their energy over me, which in which case that I'll start acting like them, but they haven't taken over me. That's the difference. Because to take over a person, for example, if I was spirit and I wanted to jump into Roger Garza Senior, you have to allow it.
You have to learn Spanish first, though.
Meh. I don't. I'll speak in Irish, and then you'd be like, "Going, what is going on in my head? Am I having a fit?" But Ward says he astral travels. That's be interesting to talk to him. I saw life, my friend channeling. She wrote symbols. Okay. Where are we going? Can you also? Becky says, can you also communicate with people who are still here? I'm not too sure about that question. I'm maybe misreading that. Or can you also communicate with people who are still here?
Mental telepathy.
Well, what you can't, I may, Becky, I may be misconstruing your question, but what I'm thinking about is when you're with someone, that feeling you get with that person. In other words, like, you've never met them before, but you walk up and you meet somebody and you just get that feeling like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've known you for years. That's like a communication. That's the aura, the two auras, your aura and that person's aura crossing over, and the feelings you get through that. You can also get the opposite. You can get that auric connection. You go, ooh, I don't know, I don't know what it is about this person, but there's just something telling me to stay away, and that's it. And that's there is a communication level on that psychic ability, but also Becky, just while we're doing that, you can do that through with animals. The animal can feel your energy, and the animal will respond to the energy that you're giving off. So that'll work that way as well. Good question though, Bex.
I
Thanks very
got a little
much.
story with that.
Share me. Go for it.
We were playing music in Midland, Texas, and we were in the hotel room. We were all in our rooms and everything, so we all got together. And the drummer was there, and we were started talking about what I do.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I mentioned the name. I said, I'm getting so and so. He goes, that's my niece. And I looked at him. I said, she wants to talk to you. You need to call her. She wants to talk to you. I don't know what it is. And he goes, ha, like that. He goes, let's see. He grabs the phone, calls her up, says in Spanish, hi, honey, how you doing? And she had said, oh, it's a good thing you called because I was just going to call you. I needed to talk to you. And he looked at me like, what?
That's premonition. See, Roger, the good thing about watching, say, people like myself and Roger is Roger is more into that premonition side of things, and I'm not. And I do give premonitions, or I refer to them as heads up. Okay. Um, I have, because I do so much positive mental attitude training, so much of it, that I'm when spirit energies want to talk about a heads up for me, it has to be very, very on the ball for me. It has to be very precise. And they know that. So when they do give me a heads up, it tends to be very, very sophisticated. Because the way I see things is, if I convince you, if I totally and utterly convince you that you're going to get a new house, if I've laid it onto you thick enough that you believe in your heart of hearts and your mind of minds you're going to get a new house, guess what's going to happen?
The
You're
power
going
of
to get a new
suggestion.
house,
Yeah.
because you're going to be putting yourself in a place to get that house. So you're going to come back to me and go, "Oh my God, you're amazing." No, I just convinced you were going to get a new house. So, and in the power of persuasion coupled with the power of belief. In other words, if you believe absolutely, the universe will respond to that belief. And please trust me, it works that way.
But in the same
Uh,
token, Paul, it's
yeah,
remember we talked about this before. I made predictions, and they come out, and you said I don't really believe in them.
yeah, yeah. Would you prefer I was dishonest with you?
No, not at all. It's good because there's the balance, you know.
Uh-huh.
Me being a Libra, so it's the
Uh,
balance there.
that's another area that I have a wee bit of trouble in. Although I do respond to it, I do. I have a wee bit of a trouble. See, the thing about it is, you know, the stars that are written and go in the newspapers, right? And people read their stars and they go, "Oh my God," And then, but the thing about it is, that's just the power of suggestion, because it's not really a psychic person writing out these stars. It's just somebody writing out stuff. But if you're completely and utterly committed to that if somebody says, like for example, Librans, today you're going to have a sunny day with full of life. Today is the day to make good decisions. You're going to get up in the morning and make good decisions because some idiot told you that you. Instead of just saying to yourself, "Today I'm going to have a really good day. I'm going to make some great decisions," and just believe it. So it is. I mean, I in my old radio show, I used to read the stars of the day out, and I used to read them because I'd be reading them in advance, going, "What a load of crap," you know. But I wouldn't say it out loud. I would just read the stars.
But there, it's
Um,
like the old cliche too, Paul. When you get lemons, make lemonade. I
yeah,
say bull. I said if you get lemons, make lemon meringue pie. That's better.
bring the bring the lemons, bring the sharpness and the sweetness together. Becky says, "Yes, I guess. I mean, a psychic connection like that. I genuinely believe I can communicate with my animals on a deeper level than most while they're here. I also feel them when they're gone." Yes,
I
I would
do it. Yep.
100% agree with you, Becky, on that. 100%. And the more you develop that connection, the more they respond to it. We have Thomas Pickle's funeral on Monday, and it's mine and Phil's 19th wedding anniversary. Okay. I'm sorry about the funeral, and congratulations on your wedding anniversary.
And not to make a pun or a joke about it, but that's folks. This is a prime example of what they call the ups and downs of living.
Mm,
You know, here you have a sad, uh, sorrowful thing that happened, and then you have a joyous thing that's happening.
mm.
So it's like there we go
Balance,
with the balance.
yin and yang. It's quarter past the hour, so it means I got to push this button. We'll be right back right after this message. You are listening to UPRN, United Public Radio Network, coming to you live on 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM from the beautiful city of New Orleans. UPRNTalkRadio.com. I bet you wish you had one of those. I bet.
No, have you seen the latest one that Faye did?
No?
Oh, geez, Paul. She put it together about my music, that I did?
Yeah.
She put it together, and man, did it come out nice.
Yeah. She's very, very clever lady.
Yep. That's why
What?
she married me.
Well, you got ahead of me. I was going to jump in. What the hell's she doing with
I gotcha.
you? So we are 15 minutes left of the show. Is any questions? It's been a good show so far, apart from the idiot who got in earlier. But
Yeah.
we're going to get those because see the people that who I don't mind people not believing in what we do. I really genuinely don't mind it whatsoever. And people say to me, "Convince me you're right," and I go, "I'm not here to convince you. I don't. I genuinely don't care whether you believe me or not. I will go to sleep tonight, and I will sleep all night, whether you believe in spirit world or not. I really couldn't care. If you want that kind of level of persuasion, then go and see a priest. But that's not what I do. But I will tell you this. This is what I say to people who really do not believe in what I'm talking about. I say to them, "You'll remember me 3 minutes before you die, and then you'll wish and hope and pray that everything that I was telling you was the real and the truth, because you'll be so frightened." I just don't understand people who think that when we switch off, we just go into the blackness of nothing. I mean, in other words, what's the point?
It's kind of like, oh, okay, you're done here. Okay, we'll go here.
Yeah. I saw something today, Roger, which slightly disturbed me. I mean, my BS antenna was flying, but there's something that disturbed me. There's been a drill which was been drilled down, obviously, but it's gone something along the lines of 9 miles down, straight down, and they dropped a microphone down there, and it picked up wailing and screaming, and it said on it, "Have scientists drilled into the outer levels of hell?" And there was all screaming and stuff going on. So I was like, and but I was doing so much today, I never got the opportunity to really research it. My feeling is, you know, at a level of 9 miles down, the pressure on the earth from the earth's crust high could make anything squeak and squeal and sounds like that. But it was kind of like spooky. It was kind of spooky, but it did seem like screaming and gnawing and gnashing of teeth and the wailing. And why is it? What's it doing down the center of the earth?
Plus the fact that we have a cord that'll go down that far. I don't think so.
Well, do we have a drill that goes down that far?
I rest my case.
Well, we must have, because we had a drill that drilled right through from England to France.
Okay, moving right along. You mentioned, Paul, about people not believing and everything like that. I remember a time I was called to go, there was a big case, and this regarded all the family,
Mm,
myself included, and there was a thing regarding mineral rights, the oil, and stuff like that, the land, and the whole 9 yards.
yeah.
And it had to do with a very famous ranch in Texas. Okay, I'll just say it that way. Well, if you could picture this, Paul, I arrived to, there's like 1,000 of people in the courthouse, and they're
Right.
all family.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking towards the door, I'm hearing, "He's here, he's here, he's here." And all of a sudden, Paul, picture this. I'm walking, and a gauntlet opens up like this. And I'm walking in the middle. And I'm looking around like, what's everybody doing?
Yeah.
And I get upstairs, and they said, "It's a good thing you're here. We've been waiting for you." And all that. I said, "Okay, fine." And then there was two cousins, humongous guys, like 6'5", 6", something like that, 300 some odd pounds, big guys, real big
Mm,
guys. And my cousin, she's short.
yeah.
And they go, "Shut up, shut up." I'm trying to talk to him. He goes, "Who's this?" It's your cousin. Be quiet. He's a psychic. And then they go, "Yeah, right." And I went, click. The light went on. And I said, "Oh, you guys don't believe, huh?" I said, "Me being your cousin, you don't believe?" "Well, it's not that." I said, "No, no, no. I'm going to convince you right now." I looked at him. I said, "One of you wrote a check, and the other one is worried about whether the funds are in there or not." And they both looked at each other and went, "God damn." He said, "He is real." So they
Yeah. I
pulled
did.
over to the courtroom, and they pulled me in the doorway. Everybody, the gauntlet again. And I'm going towards the door, and I'm listening. And I got out, and then everybody comes around me. Well, is it real? What? Because they're worried about whether there was money involved in this. I said yes. Number one, it's very real. There is money. There is land. There is oil. I said, but a lot of people are going to die from the family. And after that, and the guy, they said, well, we've been talking to so and all that. I said, he's going to pass too. 2 weeks
Oh,
later, Paul, that man, boom, he was
boom.
gone. 50 other people of the family passed away before this thing was even started to be settled. And it's still not.
Politics.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Ponzi
Anne-Marie,
scheme, you know?
yeah.
Something like
Well,
that.
Anne-Marie says, does anyone ever ask you to communicate with a higher power regarding a question they have, or in general? Because general question, most of the time I see it as a loved one. Um, I'm not sure what you're asking me there, Anne-Marie, but I'm connecting with higher powers on a daily basis. You know, archangels, and I call what
Hmm.
I refer to as the Great Spirit. So I call upon that and various other people that I link into. But I mean, I ask them for help, and what I ask for my guides and my friends, and I call my parents, I call my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my friends who've all crossed over. I ask them to come and help me. I ask them to come and work with me and my team, so that we can bring some level of understanding and happiness to the people here.
Yep.
Okay, so we do it as a team, and in that, I would very much relate to the Great Spirit or God or whatever you want to, whatever you like prefer to call that person.
It's a
No,
higher
what
power than us.
the higher power. I remember saying some. I can't remember how or the connotations of were, but I remember saying, "So are you God?" And I got the feeling of I don't like to be called God. So I was like, okay. And when I said Great Spirit, I got the feeling of that'll do. So that's only me. That's not saying oh everybody should pay attention to what I say. No, 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 no. That's me, just me. But I deal with the angelic realm daily. So it's a good question, Anne Marie. First and foremost. But the thing about it is I tell people on a daily basis communicate with the angelic realm, and then shut up and listen.
Yep.
A lot of people want to. Oh, Doreen McAvoy, by the way, says, "Hi lads, hope you're all doing well." Doreen, thank you, and thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate it. Um, you know, communicate, test the angels. They love it. Okay, but the angels can't do anything for you until you ask specifically for that. Okay, like if you're, dealing with something, shall we say, financial matter. Unless you say to the angels, I really need my angels of abundance and financial matters to help me, nothing's going to happen. All right. So you need to do it and then allow them to do it. Um,
Well, you know what's been happening for me, Paul? I've been asking
yes,
the
buddy.
abundant angels. I
Mm,
said, I just want to win the lottery tonight, like that. And you
yeah.
know what I got? We're busy.
Yeah. Guy goes into the church. He goes into the church and he walks up and he's literally he's kind of at his wits end. He's at his wits end. He just can't go on. And he says, God, I've been a loyal and good Christian. I've worked all my life. I've looked after my family. I've done my best for strangers and helped people where I could. But I can't go on. I need to win the lottery to be able to survive. I need the lottery, God. Please give me the lottery. Next night he goes back in exactly the same thing. God, please, in order to make ends meet, I need the lottery. I really, really. This goes on every day for a week. So he goes in on the Sunday night after Mass and he says, God, I've come every day and I've prayed hard every day. I've prayed so hard every day. I need to win the lottery. And a voice comes out and says, buy a ticket.
But
So, in that little fable what it is does God do everything just to make your life easy, or does He give you the opportunity for you to make your life easy? And the other, and it's the latter. He will do things to help you put things in place, but you must make the effort too. That's what it's all about. Wow, we are literally 4 minutes left of the show. Roger's going to check his lottery tickets.
Here it is.
Mega Millions.
My thing is this, Paul. I've always said, and everybody on our show knows it too. My thing is that if I ever win, which I know I will, I'm going to win. I don't care. I want to have my own church. I
Now, it's
really do.
funny you should say that. One of the things I said to the universe and the Great Spirit is I need a huge abundance of money because I want to build a big central spiritual church in the center of Cornwall. And everybody, it's going to be, the doors are going to be open for everybody.
Yep.
So I want to do that as well. So Kelly says, I have two children named Michael and Gabriel. Beautiful names. Beautiful names. Or as Roger would probably say, Gabriel.
Gabriel,
Gabriel. Gabriel.
Miguel,
¿Qué le pasa?
Miguel, and
¿Qué
Gabriel.
pasa?
You do that good. You need a dress, though. You know that.
¿Qué pasa?
Can somebody send Paul a dress, please?
Hey, do you know one of my favorite movies at the moment is Puss in Boots?
Oh, with Antonio Banderas.
I love it. He just brings that cat to life. Love it. Absolutely love it.
He went to go see a friend of mine, believe it or not, that's in Texas. And he's a well, we call them in Spanish curanderos. Okay, they do spells and blah blah blah. Plus, they
Right.
read people and they do cards and everything. And Antonio Banderas was at this guy's house. He showed me the pictures and everything.
Wow. There you go. Maria says that was my husband's favorite joke. Buy a ticket. There you go. Everybody's laughing. Do you know what? There's no saying in the music business or in the entertainment business, leave him laughing.
Yep.
Now, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you will have the Outer Realms, which features Michelle and Amelia. Make sure you stick around for that. On Saturday, you're going to have my dear friend and compadre, Roger Garza Sr. and his beautiful wife Faye. And this mug's for you, which comes across in UK for us about 4:30, and in Central Standard Time 10:30 a.m. Am I right?
Right.
Oh wow! See, it's working.
Muy
And
bueno.
and bueno. And I don't know what I've got on this week, and I really genuinely don't. But if I've got nothing on, and I will be here. I will be here to support my brother and his beautiful wife. Paul, do you do readings online? Yes, I do. If so, can you tell me anything at all? Well, it's kind of an open question. Um, why didn't you come and join me, whoever this person is? First and foremost, I can't see who you are, so I'm sorry, but you're more than welcome to come and join us on Monday night where I do reads, or Roger and I will do reads live. And you're more than welcome to come and join Roger on Wednesday night for his show, Latino Psychic Visions. And no doubt, if you are in the right place at the right time and your friends and family and spirit want you to get a message, then you'll get it. It is that simple. If you want a one-to-one, you can book through my website, www.paulfrancis111.com. And you can also contact Roger by just sticking your head out the window and shouting, "Oi, Rog!" Um, or you can look right behind Rogers at his big poster right behind. It'll tell you. Um, and he does, he charges way more than I do. Way more. I need to up my prices. Actually, I've been told by my bosses that I've got to up my prices this year anyway, but I'm not really good at doing that. C'est la vie, eh?
Well,
Merde.
it's like I say too, Paul. It's not about the money.
No, I know I don't charge for what I do. I just charge for my time. That's
Yeah,
all. My teacher
that's what I
taught me
charge
that.
for.
Don't charge for what you do. Don't put money on what you do. Just charge for your time, because at the end of the day, we're only allotted a certain amount of time when we come onto the earth and when we leave it. And if you're
Yep.
giving that time for others, why shouldn't you be remunerated for it?
Yep.
You ever seen what a solicitor or a lawyer charges for an hour? I rest my case, and they're assholes. But anyway, so no, I take that back. They're not. There's a fair amount of lawyers and solicitors that are really, really good, genuine people, but I've come across quite a few who aren't. Um, yes, my dear pal,
It's that time. See you later,
it is
Randy.
that time. It is that time. Don't forget, join Roger on Saturday at 10:30 in the morning Central Standard Time, or 4:30 in the afternoon Greenwich Mean Time, which is GMT. I will be back on Monday night, but if I'm around on Saturday afternoon, I will be putting my head in the door with Roger and Faye. It is a good night from me. What about you?
Si, senor. It was mucho good to me.
What?
It was mucho good.
Speak of spaghettio.
Whoa. Ew.
Jojo says, Paul, what's the best shows around? What's the best show? This one.
Yeah.
This
Or
is the best show
mine.
around. No, this one. This or Monday nights with Reach Across and me. Not
You
it.
have a choice. Who would you rather look at, Faye or Paul? I rest my case.
They're all saying me.
Oh.
We've gone slightly over our time, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an absolute pleasure. Roger, as always, thank you from the
No
bottom of my heart.
problem, my
Thank
friend.
you,
No
my brother.
problem.
It's you bring absolute joy to my life, and I appreciate you coming into my life. And I will see you guys on Saturday, and we will have some fun. Alrighty, you guys be safe, communicate, appreciate, validate everybody in your life. So medium never has to do it for you. Don't forget to take out some time every day just for yourself, just for you. Okay, shut the world down and take some time out just for you. And remember, what you give off as energy, you attract as energy. Look into the skies at night. Look deep into the universe and say, "I am deserved of all things great." And say it over and over. Then believe it. Until I see you again. Good night. God bless. From me, it's a good night. From him, it's a adios.
Adios. Ahí nos
Adios.
vemos.
Vemos. Good night. God bless. See you soon.